History usually follows a strict rule. A civilization builds massive stone monuments, runs a thriving empire for a few centuries, and eventually, the jungle vines creep in. The stone erodes, and the settlement is swallowed by the earth, buried as a silent archaeological ruin. Looking at this wide aerial panorama along the broad, brown Ganges River, you see a glaring exception to that rule. This is Varanasi. It possesses thousands of years of history, yet it operates today as a vast, densely packed, continuously inhabited metropolis. This ancient Sanskrit manuscript is a reminder of how deep those roots go. The city is explicitly mentioned in the Rig Veda and other foundational Vedic literature, pushing its active origins back millennia. How did this specific settlement cheat the fate of history? When countless other ancient capitals collapsed into dust, how did Varanasi avoid becoming just another museum exhibit? The city survived because it engineered a transformation. It evolved from a geographic settlement into an indispensable engine for human spirituality, creating an ideological gravity that kept people coming back century after century. The foundation of that survival begins with Hindu tradition. Known traditionally as Kashi, the city is revered as the chosen earthly residence of Lord Shiva. This tall, white-towered structure behind the pink walls is the Kashi Vishwanath Temple. It houses a Jyotirlinga, one of the most sacred devotional representations of Shiva, making the city a mandatory pilgrimage destination for millions of Hindus. That spiritual gravity extends far beyond a single religion. Varanasi pulled in the origins of Buddhism. These monks in orange robes are sitting near the large brick Dhammik Stupa in Sarnath, just 10 kilometers from the city center. According to Buddhist tradition, this is where the Buddha delivered his first foundational sermon, the Dharmachakra Pravartana, immediately after attaining enlightenment. By anchoring the absolute foundational narratives of two major world religions, Varanasi successfully secured a perpetual, massive influx of devotees. For thousands of years, this constant human migration has kept the local economy funded, the temples maintained, and the streets deeply active. From the water, you can see the physical stage where all this continuous activity takes place. The Ganges River is the sacred lifeline of the entire city, and its famous architecture, the massive stairways known as ghats, was designed specifically to interact with this water. Here on the busy riverbank at places like Dashashwamed and Asi Ghat, you see a massive, sprawling public arena. Thousands of people gather daily for continuous rituals, bathing, and focused daily prayer, maintaining a cycle of human activity that has stretched on unbroken for centuries. A very short distance down the river at Manikarnika Ghat, the city integrates something most cultures hide away entirely: death. This dusk scene shows Manikarnika Ghat, where funeral pyres burn publicly near stacks of wood. In Hindu belief, death and cremation in Kashi offer spiritual liberation from the cycle of rebirth. By creatively framing the end of life as a highly sought-after spiritual milestone, the city engineered a unique, perpetual migration. While other ancient urban centers suffered population decline, Varanasi successfully guaranteed that people would travel from across the subcontinent specifically to spend their final days within its borders. A city cannot survive thousands of years on religious pilgrimage alone. To remain relevant, it has to evolve culturally and intellectually. This bronze statue commemorates Xuanzang, a 7th century Chinese traveler. His historical records of visiting this area prove that Varanasi possessed a magnetic pull for international scholars well over a millennium ago. That massive scholarly tradition birthed immense artistic output. These dedicated musicians, playing the sitar and tabla, represent the Banaras Gharana, which is a prestigious tradition of classical Indian music and intricate dance developed directly out of the city's intellectual environment. That ancient thirst for knowledge transitions seamlessly into the modern era. This sprawling building is the Sayaji Rao Gayakwad Library at Banaras Hindu University, one of modern India's largest and most prominent academic institutions. Varanasi's true survival mechanism is its adaptability. It absorbs new thinkers, new musicians, and modern students into its ancient framework, expanding its influence while retaining its core identity. This is the modern nightly spectacle of the Ganga Aarti at Dashashwameth Ghat. Priests hold large flaming lamps, mantras are chanted, and thousands of spectators pack the stairs and boats in a massive sensory overload. The fires, bells, and chants you see here are not historical reenactments staged for tourists. They are the genuine, unbroken continuation of a daily routine. Think back to those dead, ruined cities swallowed by the jungle. They left behind impressive architecture, but they lost their people. Varanasi is packed with vibrantly alive crowds executing the exact same actions their ancestors did. The city proves that a civilization's immortality is not built with indestructible stone walls. It is sustained entirely through continuous, repetitive human action. As long as the fires burn at Manikarnika and the chants ring out over the Ganges, Varanasi will remain exactly what it has always been, the living, breathing heritage of India.